Good morning, Internet. This is the old fat dad. Let me show you what I got for you today. Today we're going to be looking at some super hot 22 LR ammo. These are both rounds I've looked at in the past, but never with the Chronograph. So I'm pretty excited to see if the manufacturer's claims stand up to what we find out today. First round is the Copper 22 by CCI. It is a 21 grain bullet. It's traveling 1,850 feet per second. Absolutely insane. And then over here we have the Aguila Supermaximum. This is a 30 grain bullet and it is going 1,750 feet per second per manufacturer's claim. So just slightly slower, but a good bit heavier than the Copper 22. Of course, like I said before, we'll be testing out with the Chronograph. And then we'll be going to 25 yards and seeing how they group. And finally, we'll do the Redneck Ballistic testing to see what these fast bullets do to our small game simulator and pop can. First up, the Aguila Supermaximum. $15.72, $15.76. 1660, 1638, 1499. Next up, CCI's Copper 22. $17.12. 1461, 1513, 1646, 1622. All right, let's see if we can put those numbers together and come up with some sort of mathematical equation for foot-pounds and all that good jazz, and see how this Chronograph test measures up to manufacturer's claims. And it looks like we are about 9% low on the Aguila Supermaximum and 14% low on the CCI Copper 22. Alright, let's take it out to 25 yards and see if we can get anything that looks like a group out of the super fast stuff. We'll do 3 5-shot groups. First up is the Aguila Supermaximum. Next up, we've got our CCI Copper 22. Okay, let's go take a look at our targets. Here is our 25-yard target, and let's start with the Aguila. These first 5 shots, boy was I happy. I was thinking, must have been a bad rifle, just didn't like the ammo in the past, and this Aguila stuff's going to group well, and I'm going to be proven wrong, and angels will sing, and clouds will part, and no. Although we had a beautiful group here, for 25 yards with hypervelocity ammo, inconsistency is the name of the game with this stuff. And that is backed up by our Chronograph results as well, which had a pretty wide spread in the velocities. Now here you can see this is a big old vertical string up here, and I'm guessing these are all going different speeds. Although down here again we got a nice 5-shot group. So I would say 2 out of 3 with some inconsistencies for sure with the Aguila ammo. CCI, again, we got that first group, and I was thinking, oh, this stuff might not be too bad. And this is a 1-inch square for reference. It didn't group terribly. And in the past, with the CCI Copper 22, I've had some pretty awful accuracy results. So at 25 yards, this size group was making me feel pretty good about life and myself. But again, inconsistency is the name of the game. These were thrown all over the place. This is a pretty wide group as well. So accuracy out of these two, not so great. Next up, we got our Redneck Ballistic testing. Over here is our small game simulator, aka dog food. Tough skin, meaty interior. And we've got the pop can for our second target. We're just going to see how well it blows up. This is mostly just for my entertainment and yours too, hopefully. And then finally we got our ballistic modeling clay. But it's been so cold that this stuff is not a real good indicator of what the bullet can do, and it's hard to get it back into shape after I blow it apart. So really I'm just going to shoot it to see what the bullet performance is like. Hopefully we can capture that bullet and then pull it out and take a look at it. First up, the Aguila Supermaximum. Let's do the dog food first. I mean, small game simulator. Oh man, wow. There's dog food raining down. Okay, next up the pop can. Holy crap, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Alright, let's give this Copper 22 a whirl. Dog food almost hit me. Holy crap. Okay, next up, pop can. Nice. All right, Copper 22 into clay. Supermaximum Aguila into clay. Let's do our post-mortem. Let's take a look at the carnage from our Redneck Ballistic testing. Let's start out with the pop cans. They tell an interesting story, I think. Here is the Copper 22 pop can, and it is ripped apart really well. And here is the Aguila Supermaximum. Now this one is absolutely shredded. It looks like it got turned inside out. I know it's kind of hard to tell the difference with these pop cans. They're really fun to shoot. The story they tell isn't super informative, but in this case I can see that our Aguila Supermaximum really tore this thing up. And the Copper 22, while it did a number, definitely didn't hit as hard as that Supermaximum. On to the small game simulator, and here I think the story is even more interesting. This is the Copper 22. Now you can see that it definitely punched a nice hole through this can. Here's our entrance. Opened it up real well. The lid is still on though, and it's not hugely deformed, just a nice good whack. On the other hand, here is our Aguila Supermaximum, and I think there is a world of difference here. The whole can is deformed, the lid is blown off, and we got a big old hole through the back too. So these Aguila Supermaximums are some potent stuff. Finally, let's take a look at those bullets. I'm not even going to bother showing you the clay because it's too cold and it doesn't really tell us much of anything. But the bullets, I think, do tell a pretty cool story. These are the Aguila Supermaximum bullets. They all held on to their hollow point nose, which is pretty neat. A lot of times those really fast bullets kind of break into two pieces. Aguila Supermaximum definitely did quite a good job. Now for the Copper 22, and as you can see, these look totally different. So these Copper 22 bullets are compressed copper dust and some sort of epoxy, and they're designed to totally turn into dust when they hit something hard. Well, we didn't hit something hard today. We hit our nice soft and squishy ballistic modeling clay, and they held together and didn't fall into little pieces. Another neat thing about these Copper 22 bullets is I think these are the first 22 bullets that I've recovered in that modeling clay that have turned all the way backwards in the clay. Most of the time 22 bullets kind of run out of steam, I think, and just kind of come to a complete halt facing the way they went in. But these guys flipped around. Pretty neat. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider liking and subscribing. We'll see you next time.